So, got the goods? So, Nighthawk Custom and Agency Arms are two of the premier weapons manufacturers and customizing brands in the United States. Both companies have graced us with head-turning designs, innovative features, and unparalleled craftsmanship at every turn. Paired with Hillbilly 223 Cerakote, a renowned Cerakote artist in the firearms industry, and Railscales, arguably the most innovative company in making firearms accessories, the four masters of their industries come together and form the best 1911 pistol. That is the Agent 2. For those of you who may not know who they are, well, let me share some knowledge. Nighthawk Custom is one of the world's finest 1911 manufacturers, which has separated themselves from the pack by rallying behind their mantra, one gun, one gunsmith. Each gun is taken care by one person from start to finish, and an uncompromising level of care is put into each and every piece, as every 1911 crafted bears the stamped initials of the gunsmith that created it. Agency Arms is on the bleeding edge of design when it comes to creating custom slide work for a wide variety of striker-fired pistols, most famously for the Glocks. Originating from Salient, the brains and the designer that would be Agency Arms parted ways with them and spawned one of the hottest companies in the gun industry. Hillbilly 223 is one of the top Cerakote applicators in the world. You'll very likely have seen his work on brands such as Nighthawk Custom, PWS, SIG, Aero Precision, Chris, and many more, just to name a few. Hillbilly 223 is also one of the pioneers to help push Cerakote to a global scale. Railscales is an innovative company that is specialized in making high-performance weapon accessories with CNC G10 materials. Known for their heat resistance and vibration-free attachments, they have created one of the best 1911 grips in the world by far. When these four powerhouse brands decide to join forces to create a product, you would imagine these four universes colliding, you'd get some hideous monstrosity of something that's neither here nor there. But what we got instead was an aggressive modern classic known as the Agent 1. The Agent 1 is truly a unique pistol. It features Agency Arms' signature slide work, made it to a truly unique custom lower frame designed specifically from Nighthawk Custom. Its finish is Hillbilly 223's NHC Smoke, world renowned, and topped off with rail scale grip panels. After the success of the Agent 1, there had to be a natural evolution to this pistol. Something bigger, something bolder, something longer. Something that could further blur the lines when it came to design elements transferring from a custom Glock to the 1911 platform. And Agency Arms and Nighthawk Custom was definitely up to the task. The result of this is the Agent 2, probably the most elegant interpretation of how a modern 1911 should look, coming from any company or companies. As previously mentioned, and its name would suggest, the Agent 2 is the successor to the Agent 1. And no doubt you can see where the Agent 2 gets its striking good looks from. The Agent 2 is a government-sized 5-inch 1911 pistol, and its slide features much of the same design cues as seen on the Agent 1. Seeing that Agency had more real estate to work with on the slide, the first thing you will be drawn to are its signature window cuts on both sides of the slide. This design feature is seen mostly associated with Agency Arms' Glock series of pistols, namely their flagship urban combat lineup. 1911s are traditionally heavier guns, and these window cuts not only look great, but they lighten the weight of the slide, giving it lightning fast cycling, and the same applies right here on this Airsoft version. Complementing the slide are the Nighthawk custom fiber optic front sight and blacked out hooked rear sights. This is a popular setup with many shooters as it gives them better target tracking. Another difference you'll see between the Agent 1 and the Agent 2 is how their frames are crafted. They deliberately drew inspiration on how Agency Arms customized their Glock frames, most notably how they use their accelerator cuts. Though on the Agent 2, it's not all that usable as compared to Glocks, it does provide an aesthetic nod to the deep cooperation between Agency Arms and Nighthawk Custom. Being a fully licensed product, this gun is made from the exact same blueprints provided to us from Nighthawk Custom, making this the most accurate representation of this pistol that you can get your hands on outside of the real steel one. The fit and finish of the Agent 2 is excellent, top notch, as what you would expect from an RWA Nighthawk Custom product. I've had the opportunity to have handled the real one, and I have to say, it feels like the real thing in my hand. These panels, these rail scale panels, are probably going to be some of the best you're going to get your hands on. They feel very good in hand, and it goes a long way saying that the attention to detail is awesome. The collaborative work that Rail Scales did with Nighthawk Custom and Agency Arms, you can see it transfer right to the panel as these cuts mirror the front serrations, and they even wrap around here to the rear in a portion of the grip safety. It feels like it is one whole piece, and when you look at it, how it catches the light, excellent work. There are a few more subtle details about this gun I find really cool. Now let me show them to you. Starting with probably my favorite. The barrel is a flat, flush cut, steel crowned outer barrel that features this beautifully crafted bushing. Now, I don't like to make a big fuss about something like this, but when I saw how precisely that it was made, and it's oddly satisfying to me just to stare at it and admire. The angles seen on the bushing also mirror the angles on the slide. Just makes it blend all together. Nighthawk Custom and Agency Arms also got together to work on something interesting for the trigger as well. On the Agent 1, you'll see that it features a flat-faced trigger. For followers of Nighthawk Custom, you'll see that they feature this on a variety of their high-end guns. But for the Agent 2, a small cut is made to the bottom, making it slightly hooked. As a design choice, it is yet another nod to Agency Arms triggers and design language, but from a practical point of view, this hooked bottom really helps with keeping your finger in place while you shoot. This particular one that we have today is also Cerakote to the licensed NHC Smoke finish by Hillbilly 223. The inner barrel is 112 millimeters long at 6.04 in diameter. Magazine compatibility is, of course, Tokyo Marui 1911 magazines. That means you can also use the long mags as well. The Agent 2 comes pre-installed with a buffer, allowing you to dry fire it to your heart's content. Now, if you want to uninstall that, Gambit has made a guide for you guys. Click on the card above, or you can find that link in the description below. Teaches you how to uninstall, which means the slide will not lock back while the buffer is installed. So if you see us shooting the gun and the slide doesn't lock back, don't worry, it's because the buffer is still in there. I'm using 0.2 gram BBs and green gas. Here we are, gun range 0. Thanks for having us one more time here. Look, you may be wondering, why do I have the slide of the Agent 2 in my hand? And that's because we're about to play our favorite game, Find the Hop Up. And here it is. After you remove the slide, you can adjust the hop up right here from more or less hop to your heart's content. Now with that out of the way, you know what time it is. It's time to shoot the thing. What I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna do some mag dumps, I'm gonna do an accuracy test, maybe run it through a small course of fire. We're gonna talk about its trigger response and how snappy it is, really give you guys a good feeling as to how much of a sports car or a race car the Agent 2 really is. Now let's get to shooting. All right, first mag, first impressions. Let's get to know each other. I have to say, incredibly snappy. I'm very impressed with how fast this gun cycles. The trigger, check this out. Reset is there, and it breaks. There's no slack. Reset, break. This is fantastic. The little hook on the bottom, as I previously mentioned, goes a long way. Really, it does. And your finger can ride it. It makes double taps, triple taps really, really easy, and it just feels fluid tracking the gun. The fiber optic sight really lights up under just regular fluorescent lights. It is as if I am aiming with a red dot. Well done. Now, accuracy. Now it's time for the accuracy test. I have a target down range with paper right in the middle. So we're gonna see if we can hit that one as consistently as possible. Now the tolerances into this gun is extremely tight. There's no wobble to this thing. So I'm expecting good accuracy as I shoot. As you can see, the grouping is pretty tight. Here, here, down here, even in here. Look at the splits. Very, very close. And I would expect no less from a pistol of this caliber. Now, I also saw that there are some shots that veered off. And the moment I see the BB veer off, that front fiber optic is so sensitive that I can see my hand twitch as I'm shooting it, causing the BB to veer off a little bit. So some of the flyers were totally on me. This gun can shoot better than I can. I may not be Gambit, but I'm gonna try to mag dump this as fast as I can. She's good. As promised, a small course of fire, just nothing fancy. Let's see how she performs. Go. So what did we learn here today? The tolerances really transferred nicely to the Agent 2. It's tight and it's shot tight. Trigger, exceptional. The grips are great and it's so snappy for even using a smaller magazine. The front fiber optic sight is superb. It is so good at picking up the brightness of the lighting here. It really does feel like I'm aiming down a red dot sight. One small caveat though. Now these are our own RWA magazines and they seed perfectly fine. Now during testing today, we realized that if you're using Tokyo Marui 1911 or MEU mags, when you seat it, you may want to tap it one extra time because how we have cut the magazine catch is so precise that you may need to just give it an extra love tap. If anything, you can also file it down by just a hair and you're good to go. Back to the studio. The Agent 2 is a remarkable pistol. But if you want to learn more about its predecessor, the Agent 1, other agency arms products like the EXA, other Nighthawk custom projects like the GRP or the stainless steel version of the GRP, you can find all of those videos that we've done in the description below. I'm pretty sure you're going to enjoy every single one of them. For a gun with all the bells and whistles, there was not a single moment where I felt like there's too much going on or it was too busy. I truly feel like the look of the Agent 2 is a modern contemporary interpretation of the 1911, instead of it being strictly a product of its current times. An example I'd like to give is the Maserati Gran Turismo. It's a sports car from Maserati that was first launched in 2007. And strictly talking about its looks, a Gran Turismo still looks beautiful when it's compared to something from 2020 or 2021. Classic, timeless design. Each line, each serration, each bevel only further accentuates the shape of the 1911, and it never takes away or distracts you from what this gun really is. Internally, the choice to use TM compatibility has been long in the works. To be honest, the meticulous attention to detail that RWA has made to the externals, like another detail, the dummy extractor is a two-piece part. This is not some random milled circle into the back of the slide anymore. It just goes to say that this gun no longer is just pigeonholed into being something that's beautiful to look at, but a viable option for you to upgrade and supercharge to your heart's content and take it out and shoot if you want. I will also not shy away from a little bit of criticism. Let's face it, she's not a cheap gun. To which I'm saying, why can't it come with 2 mags instead of 1? And keeping in that vein, can we have 1 long mag and 1 short mag? I would have also liked to see the outer barrel be maybe internally threaded, so you can put a thread adapter on there to mount really nice, cool suppressors. If you want to. Hopefully something like that can be for a future version or upgrade parts that we can add to it later. Fingers crossed. The Agent 2 is really the coming together of 2 great platforms, the Glock and the 1911. But oftentimes when we imagine this, that's kind of what we think about. That hideous monstrosity. Instead, this is what we got. Reality truly is better than parody, I guess, in this situation. But guys, what do you think? Do you think having a fully TM compatible race car, supercar of an airsoft gun is something finally that you guys can really sink your teeth in and feel like it's a good investment? What other products would you like to see RWA make from maybe Nighthawk Custom or Agency Arms? Let us know in the comment section below. And for these cool products and many more, don't forget to go to our online store at www.redwolfairsoft.com. If you like this video, give us a like. If you thought it was cool, share it with your friends. If you haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button and of course the notification bell so you know every time we upload a new video. My name is Mark, aka Blue Steel, and I'll see you guys on the next episode of RedWolf TV.